Hi everybody, I've been getting some parenting questions and wanted to pop on real quick and give a couple of just kind of insights into parenting that have helped me over the years. So my 17-year-old daughter has been talking to me as she's out in the world and observing things a little bit more. She's just really been thankful coming to me and in this past year talking about how she feels like thankful for the relationship we have and the trust that we've built, and that she can tell me things and that I will be there for her. And so I just wanted to encourage you, because that kind of connection with a child is hard won. I mean, I've fought for it, and we have really put in a lot of hard work to get to that place with her. It's not always perfect, but it's a growing relationship where we build trust over time. And so one of the things that I just wanted to share is that when we're in a moment with our kids, maybe they're in a season of throwing tantrums or talking back, or maybe they've been stealing things or using words that aren't acceptable in your home or having problems at school. Whatever it is, our kids are going to go through seasons. We go through seasons, and our relationship with them goes through seasons. And so each moment and each season builds on one another. And sometimes we think this moment, we have to get it right. If my child doesn't learn to obey me and doesn't stop lying, my child is going to be a liar forever. And that's just not true. It's not a true thing. It's something that our kids, they have got developmental things that they go through. And so we walk with them in it and we help them through it. One of the things that you would hear if you were in our home quite a bit is something along the lines, I just said it to one of my kids the other day. We were talking about what it's like for her to be using a cell phone. And I just said to her, you know what? I think you make great choices in texting your friends and what you do on your phone. And I talked to her a little bit about some of the concerns that parents have about phones and some of the dangers with the internet and the phone. And I said, so I really trust you. I don't always trust all the information or people that could be trying to connect with you that I don't know. So the internet can be a scary place, or having a phone or an iPod or whatever can be kind of a nerve-wracking thing for a parent to put in a child's hand. But, and so I talked about how I trusted her. And then I also said, and you know what? You're probably going to make some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. And so when that happens, we'll talk it through and we'll grow and we'll learn. And so it's that kind of thinking about each moment that we build on it, we learn from them, and it's not that one moment that's going to completely define the character in your child or your relationship with each other. So we can just kind of rest and relax and try and let go of some of that anxiety when we feel like this is the defining moment. The other thing I wanted to share tonight is a tool that has been helpful for me, especially when my kids were little, and it's just a smile. So it seems so kind of strange, but think about what your interactions are like with your kids when they do something that is, misbehavior, if they're sinning, if they're doing something that's kind of makes you, ugh. And, oftentimes we get a really stern look on our face, we get angry, we raise our voice. But one thing that I really was intentional about when my kids were little is smiling at them when they've done something that has been less than pleasurable. And so what I want to do in those moments is not show them that what they did is okay, but to show them that even in the midst of what they did, I love them. I accept them, and they are safe. We can talk, we can connect. It's okay. So I remember the first time I did this, my youngest son was just a little guy, and he would not get into the car. We were at my parents' house, and he wouldn't get into the van. All the other kids were buckled into their little car seats, and he kept hiding. And it was like, by the time we finally got out to the car, I was sweating, he was crying, and we got into the house. And I was annoyed, but my parents don't live far from us. So we got home, we got into the house, and I just set him up on the counter. And every instinct in me wanted to say, why didn't you listen to me? Why did you run away from me? You can't hide from me. You need to come when mommy says to come. But what I did was I smiled and I said, tell me what's going on, sweetie. What happened back at Papa and Nana's house? And he just started crying and he said, they're going away and I don't want them to go away. I'm going to miss them. And so instead of us butting heads, I understood what happened. I told him I understood. I showed him empathy. And then we talked about, what do we do in a situation like that? How do we deal with our feelings when we're sad? And what could have been us just having conflict turned into a really beautiful connecting moment between my son and I. And so that has been something that's really been helpful for me too. So in the future, I want to do some videos and just talk about what it looks like to avoid getting to the place where we need to be piling on consequence after consequence. And then I also want to talk a little bit about what it looks like to really pour grace over a difficult situation. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that in the next day or two. But God bless you. Have a great night. Love you guys.